It's just the way it happens to go.
Oh yeah.
If for those of you joining us on the Zoom side, we're now live in Facebook. I'll intro here in a second. If you have questions, put them in the chat. If you're on the Facebook, which welcome LabCoatAgents. If you have questions, put them in the comments. Tessa's watching it. She will relay them to us. So put us, so engage if you have questions. And as Tessa just said in the chat, let us know where you're coming from. We're always curious to see who's the furthest. And today, welcome LabCoatAgents to another weekly webinar. And we are bringing back, the two guys that have a pretty killer fashion sense, if I don't say so myself. Thank you, Wesley Roca, for this shirt. I think I got this from you.
Like the back.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Is it the same for you? There you are, right?
Totally matching. And the funny thing is, we're actually wearing the exact same underwear today as well, but we're not going to show that to you. Instead, we're going to talk about how to create an awesome follow-up plan for the holiday season, which is right around the corner. Welcome, Mr. Wesley Roca. You're back, the founder, the CEO, the kingpin of LinkU. Welcome, my friend.
Well, thank you very, very much for that intro. So today we're going to be talking about creating a holiday follow-up plan for LinkU. Now not for LinkU, for everyone, right? I'm from LinkU, and there's a lot of different ways that you can follow up through the holidays. And I'm sure a lot of you, how many of you, yeah, it doesn't suck. How many of you guys do any kind of special things through the holidays in the chat? Just wondering if you do anything special in the holidays. Do you send out postcards? Do you make a special effort to reach out maybe by phone or by text or, messaging people?
I create videos, Wesley.
You create videos? What do you do to send those videos?
We will usually create a video, like a team video that's intended to go out to our referral partners or our customer base. And we'll usually make them very
funny,
authentic. Like we'll have our families in them, stuff like that.
Perfect. And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. So Jeff's the perfect person to have on the call, because the biggest thing that I see a lot of people doing is kind of making the mistake with the authenticity of the videos and the messaging. And so that's part of what we're going to be covering. A lot of what we're going to be covering today, actually, with some videos and whatnot. But yeah, a lot of people send out, their Christmas cards. I got this one last year from Ruth from Closing Table. So it's very nice, handwritten. It's still here on my desk, actually. So that's kind of cool. So we got some pop-bys. We got people sending out cards. 2 people out of everyone. That's pretty much it. So, okay, everyone else, I'm assuming, is doing nothing. So maybe this gives you some ideas. Posting on social, all that kind of stuff. Now, when it comes to creating videos on social media and following up, one thing that I see a lot of people doing is kind of defaulting to those automatic video makers. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like you go find a video and it's like a template, and then you just kind of it just has text like Happy Thanksgiving. You throw in some stock photos and then post that and call it a day, right? That doesn't really do anything. You post it to your business page, and then what?
It's like everybody else too. You're not being different. You're not differentiating.
Exactly. You're just posting it. And a lot of you, where do you post that stuff? Anyone, where do you post it? Once you create whatever social media, if you're doing something really cool, where do you post that at? Where do you post yours at, Jeff?
Everywhere. All the social channels, just because. And then we also do probably an email blast, and maybe in some cases even a text.
Okay, exactly, right? And are you texting out I don't know, I guess you're not just texting out the video, but you may be emailing the video.
Correct. Definitely emailing the video.
Social, stuff like that.
Yep.
And so when you do that, I don't know if you guys are doing paid, but if you do you do any paid stuff behind those ads?
Not that, no, because that's all just like organic stuff to reach our audience.
So exactly, and that's what most of us are doing, right? We're basically putting our holiday social media on just on our business page, or we're putting it on our Twitter or Instagram or LinkedIn or YouTube or whatever it may be, right? We send out an email with that. And with all of that, you have a lifespan. So if you're going to send out a holiday message, when are you sending it? You might send one for Thanksgiving, and that'll show up for those, minutes or hours or maybe a day that it'll be in the feed. You get some views. The issue I've seen with the Facebook, which kind of sucks, is when they do show it, it's like they show it to only 10% of your people who are following you. And on Facebook, they only show it to them one time. That's the part that kind of sucks. So even if I'm looking and I scroll and I'm like, oh, and then I just scroll, that's it. I saw it and now it's gone. Facebook's like, I showed it and that's it. Because the organic reach.
Where is that? Where do you know that from?
So if you go look at your engagement on your posts, and yours are probably higher, Jeff, because you're a content master. But
I'm a bit of a whore, yes.
But for most people, there's and now it's on new Facebook, but there's a place where you can go check out your your engagement for all your posts, and it will show you like how many people have seen your post. It'll show you how many impressions your posts have got.
Is this mobile or desktop or both?
It's usually both. Usually includes both.
Do you want to show the audience where they can look at this?
Yeah, let me see if I have a example of where you can go look at that at.
Would it be on my personal page? Would I go there on mobile? Because I'm following along at home, Wesley.
Oh, well, on mobile, I'm not really sure. I would go.
All right, just show us.
Okay, I'm going to go into my insights and look for it in here. Okay,
right.
So give me one. Let me share my screen.
This is actually really important to, I wonder, I'm actually curious, how many of you actually track your analytics? Because like Instagram and TikTok have really good analytics and they're really easy to find. Facebook to me is not as easy to find. I'm curious, who's tracking your analytics pretty neurotically of organic posting? I'm not talking about paid posts. I'm talking about your organic posts. Yeah,
very, very few usually.
Myself included.
Yeah, I don't know if it shows me quite on this one, but basically,
where'd you go to do that? Oh, so you went in the back.
This is under no, this is just so when you go to your Facebook business page.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
So specifically on business pages.
Yeah, specifically on business pages.
Okay, that's crucial.
Let me go back to Facebook. There we go. All right. And then they moved everything under to Creator Studio. Everything should be under Creator Studio now. So that's this option. And then once you're in Creator Studio, you're gonna have a couple things here. You have Insights. And this is gonna give you basically insights on, how many people have seen your stuff or whatever. And let's see if I can see here. A lot of this stuff is zeros, which is going to be probably the same for a lot of us. And we have like 4,000 people or so who follow.
Wesley, do I really care about reach?
You kind of, well, so here's the thing. And this is like what I was getting to. Was when you're posting on Facebook, we'll put in like time and effort and energy into creating these posts, right? And we'll post it on Facebook. We'll post these holiday messages. We'll post this stuff on our business page. And then no one really sees it. And we kind of don't realize that because we just get frustrated because all we see is like, oh, 4 people liked it. Oh, like my mom commented, So you don't really see anything. And so you're kind of like disappointed that nothing happened. And so that's why people just kind of end up giving up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So this is showing like I didn't plan on getting into all this stuff, but I was just actually hoping you'd all take my word for it. But basically, when it comes to your posts, what I've seen in the reports, like looking at our other clients and stuff, is you're only going to have like reach of 1. I'm not 1, impressions of 1. So typically what I've seen, it's about 10%. It's like 10%, 15% of people will see it. So let's say I have 1,000 people following me, right? If I have 1,000 people following me, maybe 150 would see it in that case. But a lot of us only have like 100 or 200 people following us. And now you're talking about 10, 12, 15 people see it, maybe 20. And of those 20, they only see it one time. And that's what I'm trying to kind of like convey, is they're only seeing it once. When you look at impressions, and I wasn't prepared for that, but basically in those reports, when you look at impressions, and you can see it'll show like reach will be like 22. Impressions will be like 22. So what you really want is you want your reach to be, 100 or 200, and you want impressions to be maybe 1,000 or 500, because that means it's been impressed upon them multiple times, right? Because they're not going to always watch it the first time, instead of just once. And so that's where you have some of the issues. Now, if you have a highly engaging content like Jeff's is going to be different. When he goes look at his, because he's constantly posting content, he's constantly posting video, he's constantly posting that, he probably has a little bit more of an engaged audience. His numbers are going to be better. But most of us in here aren't going to have that. We're not going to have that reputation. So we're not going to get that reach. And even then, his reach is still going to be small compared to what you can do.
Yeah, I was going to say, the business pages are hard for anyone. It doesn't matter who you are. Business pages are basically pay to play as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly. They're all pay to play. So in fact, I think Jeff may be able to steal or use the strategy I'm going to show him to get more mileage out of the stuff he's already doing.
Dude, I'll just hire you. I don't know how to do this stuff.
So we'll hook you up. You talk to me after, we'll get you going. I'm going to get Tristan going too. I want to get him going for the holidays. All right. So what we want to do is we want to go beyond our Facebook page followers with these messages, right? With our follow-up, with our holiday follow-up messages. Now, there's a couple ways that we can do that. One is people who visit our website, people who engage with our Facebook page, things like that, who have engaged with the business page before, even if whether they like the page, whether they've only visited the page. So what if you can target people who just visited your Facebook business page and didn't even like it or follow it? What if you can engage with people who liked any of your posts for the last 6 months on your business page? What if we can also target people who have been visiting your website? Or if you're doing any advertising or marketing, people who visit or have landed on a landing page while you're advertising, right? So that's what the pixel audience is. A lot of you may have heard me talk about this before. They land on your website, and then you could basically pixel them, and now you can show them ads on Facebook or Instagram or wherever. So that's how that works. But the second cool part is your customer audience. And this one, so let's say, well, I don't really have traffic to my website, or no one visits, or I'm not advertising, or whatever, right? Okay, well, do you have a database? Do you have a contact list? Do you have a phone with contacts in it? Do you have an address book? Do you have clients? Do you have prospects? Do you have any of this? Usually the answer is yes. Well, with this, what you could do is you can upload it in the Facebook. All right, and if you wanted to go Google a course how to do this, it's called Retargeting Custom Audiences for Facebook. You can find how to do that. You can upload it into Facebook. Some of you may do this. The more advanced users, you might have a whole setup and you do this, or you upload that. And then what Facebook's going to do is going to try and match up those contacts. Like, yeah, hey, do you have a user that has this phone number or this name and email? Facebook's like, well, yes, I do. Okay. And add them to the audience. Now you can advertise to those people that it matches up who also have Facebook accounts and Instagram accounts. And now you can actually specifically target them for your posts, or in this case, we're going to do ads.
How much contact information do I need?
You really just need maybe a name, phone number, or email. And if you have their address, that's fine too. But you don't need just a name and phone. Or
what if my customer's name is Joe Smith? How are they going to find the right one?
Usually then you're just going to rely on your phone and email.
That's why it's important to have more information for the Joe Smiths.
Absolutely. Yeah, for anyone really, because it's not gonna match anyone just based on name. It's gonna use it's gonna try and match multiple data points, including location and stuff like that, right? So if you have a phone number and you have the area code, and then, you know, Facebook's like, well, I have a Joe Smith in this area code. It's a little bit different phone number. You know, they might use other data points to see, oh yeah, but there's like multiple things it could use. It's like, oh yeah, this is the same person, and it matches them up. The other cool thing about using paid ads to do this is it's evergreen, right? So it, like the pay to play, you can put the ad up and then it'll continually run. So what I want to do next is I actually want to, does anyone wonder why the heck we're doing all this to begin with?
Yes.
Everyone knows, right?
I want to know.
We're doing it for top of mind awareness, but on a budget. Ultimate top of mind awareness is like, hey, I want to go be known in my town. Great. Like, you could try to do that. It's going to be a little bit expensive. You're going to have to spend a lot of money ads. It's going to be very consistent. You got to get content out there. You got to do a lot of different things. You can do it. It's just a lot of different work. This I like to call, I know agents aren't lazy, really, right? Not about as lazy as I am, because I'm pretty lazy myself. But I call this the lazy agents strategy. And when I say lazy, I don't mean you're actually lazy, like sleeping on the couch. I just mean like, I don't got time for that lazy, right? So this is like the lazy agent's way of marketing is you basically can create these ads, these videos, or this image or whatever, right? You create a Facebook post. That's all it is. It's just a Facebook post, just like you're doing now, except you're putting a little bit of money behind it. So that's what I mean on a budget, because now you're just marketing to your people, your sphere, your contacts, the people who have engaged with you already. You have way more control, and you can saturate that little sphere much greater than you can anywhere else. So taking Jeff's example is...
Hey, Wesley, I have a question about that image.
Oh, yeah.
Why is it that my wife's brain is like all encompassing of that brown section?
Luxury goods? Well, you see, that is because there's a part in the brain right over here. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry to digress. Sorry. I didn't have any brain terms. I would have loved to like keep you guys on a track there.
I have my office door locked, so she can't come in and punch me.
So when it comes to creating the content for this stuff, now we get like this is how you want to market it, right? And I'll get into a little bit more of that, the how to. But I think where a lot of people also need help is the marketing, which I probably should have, not the marketing, but the video itself. I probably should have went over that first. When we're creating the videos, what I was talking about is a lot of us fall into that generic trap because we don't want to be on video, or don't want to create an image or whatever. So we just go to Canva and create a Happy Thanksgiving image and post it. Or we download one off Google Images or whatever, right? But if you wanted to have a more impactful, I guess, a more memorable what is that? I guess an impact or impression on your past client, your SOI, whoever's seeing your ad. I mean, those are just a dime a dozen. Anyone could do that. And Jeff would be the first one to tell you. They're just not creative. So what I want to do is I was actually going to show you who would be interested in learning how, or not necessarily how, but like to create a really cool holiday video, whether you put money behind it or not. This is just works for everybody, that you can post to your social media, whether it be your business page, your personal page, or if you did want to put money behind it and get it seen by everyone. Would anyone want to know like what's kind of that framework to create that video, right? And not fall into the trap of just creating like videos that are like everybody else. All right. So I have a few sample videos. I don't know if any of these people are here. None of these videos are bad. It is not my intention to say that they're bad in any way. I'm simply putting them on the hot seat because they put their video out there public. And so I can do that in my legal right. I have the Constitution is right here. It is completely legal to do that. Okay. I have it here. So if you guys have any problems, you can talk to my lawyer here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to put other people on blast or anything. It's more just suggestions. These are typical videos that I see, and I'm going to show you how you can do that. All right. So let me share my screen.
Let's see them, Wesley. Let's see them.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna hot seat some videos, and I'm gonna teach you or tell you some stuff, and I'm sure Jeff has some great stuff he can add too. All right, so video number 1. First, I want to share my computer sound and everything. Okay, quick question. How many people would have continued watching the video after the first, 5 to 7 seconds?
I mean, if you're asking me, the answer is no.
Right. You could be honest.
I'll tell you why I would have said no.
Yeah.
There's no hook to grab my attention. It looks very commercially.
Exactly. And unfortunately, this is what we end up doing with some of these video template programs we buy and stuff. We spend some time. This person probably spent some time creating this video. They picked out stock footage. They probably wrote the text. They probably spent 30 minutes to 40 minutes just choosing which music was going to be right. They put a whole, the video is only a minute long, but I just couldn't wait to fast forward or just move on.
Yep.
Right. So this is something we all kind of fall into, or a lot of you do. And I don't want you to fall into that. So we're not going to use stock images. We're not going to use stock video for our holiday videos. Okay. Don't do that. And just to read the video we're going to use, you can use this video just like Jeff said. You can send out an email. You can send it through your messenger or whatever, things like that. The idea is that it feels so personal, or at least not so generic, that if you send it via a more personal channel, that they'd be like, why are they sending me this advertisement? Right? You don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next one.
Greg says I'll post on TikTok, and he's right. I will. You're right.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Next video. Let's take a look.
Hi, I want to wish you and your family a wonderful Thanksgiving. I personally am so thankful to all my friends, family, and clients who have entrusted me with their properties over the years. Happy Thanksgiving.
So now that video, if someone came to me and said, hey, this is the video I created, I would actually be like, hey man, good job. Like that's fine. Like, it's straight to the point. It's 20 seconds. It is portrays a professional image, all that. I think this image or this works great for like an ad. It works great for getting that message out, a quick one. For me, I like things a little more candid, a little more casual. But he could be dealing with the high-end market, or he could have a specific, demographic where this is kind of where it needs to be. So you have to kind of make that judgment for yourself. But overall, what does he do? He gets straight to it. He's visually, you see him visually. So he's getting an impression like, oh, yeah, I know that. I know Mark, right? And he's just getting it out.
Yeah.
So I would say there's really nothing wrong with it at all. Yeah, you could say, well, it's a little stiff. It's a little this, a little that. But overall, it's not bad.
It depends on the person's brand. Yeah, I wouldn't criticize the video. It's bland and it's typical, but maybe that's what he's going for. But my opinion is you want to different. The purpose of video is to differentiate. Now with a video, but with a video like this, if you're sending it out to your past clients, then it's fine. It works.
It's fine. It's not like, wow, it's fine.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's better than nothing.
Maybe he's sending it out to a bunch of astronomers.
That is very possible.
Yeah, because of the telescope, of course.
That is extremely possible. So let's see. Well, I think high-end people look at the stars at night. Rich people.
If you're not using right.
This is just an ad, which we're gonna.
You only got 2 more seconds of it.
Project management and team collaboration.
Hey friends, Lee Brown here, and I know that it is officially the day before Thanksgiving, and I usually share this recipe with y'all on Thanksgiving Day, but I had several requests. Hey Lee Brown, tell me how to make them cranberries, and I needed to do it today so that you.
All right, so this video,
love it.
I I like where she's going with it. I like the recipe. It's very personal. She does get into kind of a long drawn story about stuff, like about the ingredients and whatever. But, you know, if someone submitted this, hey, this is my video, and they're not really that professional at it, and this is what they put out, I'd say, hey man, like that's a good job. You know, not bad. You know, I might close the cabinet, you know, things like that. But
that's
you know,
authenticity right there.
Yeah, but you know, we're not here. Like, here's the thing. Like, what I don't want to do is, because we can all sit here and nitpick all these videos of everything that's wrong with them. But you know what? Like, hey, did you create a video?
Yeah.
Like, okay, at least you went out and created one. What I'm trying to do is, I know your video is not going to be perfect, and I'm not going to sit here because if we nitpick at this, that's just going to scare you from creating a video, because you're like, well, I don't want someone to nitpick my video, and I forgot to close the cabinet and all that. Who cares? All right, who freaking cares? So the point is, she got the video out. It's natural. She's got a realtor shirt on. I like that.
Although, and Brad points this out, notice how her words are backwards. Yeah. You can fix that by turning the camera, like on the camera facing you, not the screen facing you, which by the way, is not a bad idea, because then it takes away your inclination to look at yourself on the screen, which Brad also pointed out.
Exactly. Yep. And you want to make sure that you're looking at your lens on your phone. I just finished the class where they're saying, well, what do you should like? Remember, the lens on your phone is probably in the top corner or something. So you're going to look at the top corner of your phone. And like Jeff said, he gave it to you perfect, how you should look at your camera, right? So with that particular video, there's nothing really wrong with it. I like the video. I think it could be shortened up. It's 5 minutes. It's a little long. So I would probably work on that. But other than that, a good attempt, definitely a good one. Here's another one. Here we go. And these are all just happen to be like Thanksgiving ones, but you know, it's Thanksgiving or holidays.
It's that time of year. It's that time of year.
Similar idea. Yeah, that's what this is all about, holidays, right? Now, the first thing I was going to ask is, has anyone, just from what you've seen already, can anyone point out what went wrong already?
Terrible hook. Terrible hook. Don't lead with your logo.
Right. Okay. So Jeff pointed out exactly, you know, remember when someone's scrolling their social media and this is the first thing they see, is the logo, that's not going to really do anything for them, right?
Looks like a commercial. Looks like a real estate commercial, and I'm not interested in real estate commercials.
Exactly. Yep. So he would probably been better off if he would probably just start it off.
Hey everyone, it's Rob Kittle, Kittle Real Estate. Guess what we got here?
Pause that.
Big old pies. It's our annual.
Pause that, Wesley.
Yeah.
So yeah, notice what he did. Not only did he led with a image, then he led with an intro. To both go against everything. You only have 3 seconds to grab their attention, maybe less. He lost me on both of his attempted hooks. You don't need to tell people who you are. If they're on your social media feed, they already know who you are. Now, go ahead and introduce yourself, but lead in with a hook first, grab their attention, then remind them who you are. Sorry.
Right.
The
Exactly.
video gets me going.
Way we do for every Thanksgiving. I do love pie, so I think it's a good idea for you to sign up to get your pie. We're going to provide all the who, what, when, where, and why on the.
So kind of the same thing, right? So it's not a perfect video. You know, it doesn't look like he has that much experience in video, and that's okay. The point is here, I like the rest of the video. Like the things that Jeff said, those are I think those are like what would we call them? Those are like the deal breakers, I think, right? Where you make an effort to make a video, but then you completely break it by doing that intro, right? Or you completely break it by not having as good of a hook. But hey, you know what? For the rest, I think it's an attempt. He made the video. I like he's got the houses in the background, you know, just in case people aren't familiar, that kind of thing. So kind of idea, like if I just think just cutting out some of that would have been a good, well, like Jeff said, I'm not going to repeat it, would have been a good idea.
Well, Wesley, let me also say too, since obviously, you know, we do a lot of video stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're new to video, it doesn't need to be perfect. Just do it. Because, you know, your shitty video will outperform a non-existent one all day long. So I don't want to discourage anyone from video because we're nitpicking them.
Exactly. That's what I always kind of get a little worried about, right? So if you're like, well, that's not even that good. It's like, look, we're giving some passes to, hey man, like, look, it's not perfect, but they created a video, you know, but it's better than this. You know what I mean? Or if you did it this way, it's better than that or whatever. All right, let's see. I have another one here and then we'll move on. Oh, so the way I kind of like to give you guys some direction, when you're creating your video, I'm going to give you like 4 types of just simple, easy videos that you can create. So you want to write this down. One would be probably the most popular. That's going to be the heartfelt video. So that's like maybe talking about the season of giving or thankfulness or gratitude or something along those lines, right? Then you might just have like the straight happy Thanksgiving, which was like the one we saw earlier. It was like, hey, I just want to thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. And that's kind of a mix. It's not quite heartfelt, but it's a little mix. Heartfelt goes a little more into like probably what Jeff is talking about when he creates one with his families and stuff like that. There's probably a little more to it, a little more thought behind the messaging. Another one is like an event or invitation video. What I mean by that is like the pie giveaway is like falls into that kind of category. An idea of maybe doing like an eggnog mixer or, you know, things like that. If you want to do that kind of stuff, or if you have any special events or Christmas tree, this or that, whatever going on that you hold or any of that stuff. I know it's COVID, it's a little bit different, but that would be another type of video. And then what was the other one? Oh, that was amazing. Oh, the recipe video. So like you have a recipe. You can almost combine these two. You can do like a heartfelt combined with a recipe, stuff like that. So those like 4 just really cool ideas. If you don't like video and you just want an image, then I'd recommend like maybe a nice like quote or gratitude, or maybe a quote from yourself or something on an image of you or your family, like candid, something you might, you know, take that looks natural, something you would naturally see in a news feed, right? You could use like a professional image and stuff. Those, like if you actually took an image, that's okay too. But I personally like the candid ones a little bit better. Now,
Wesley, now you have like with LinkU, you have a special offer for us, right?
Yeah. So if someone was like, yeah, I want to create like whatever your ad is or whatever it is, whether you do video or not, or anything. If you like the idea of, and I'm going to go a little bit more later, but if you like the idea of being able to put a little money behind it, when I say money, it's like $15 a month, 50 cents a day to put behind that holiday campaign or put behind that ad beyond the holidays as well. LinkU makes the retargeting easy. LinkU makes that follow-up ad. It's retargeting. I call them follow-up ads because a lot of people don't know what retargeting is. But retargeting is basically showing ads to people who are already in your audience or seen your stuff, right? That's what retargeting is. So our platform just makes it easy as 1, 2, 3 to go in, choose it. We already have like Thanksgiving posts created, like messages you can choose from. You just have to upload the image and we go from there. Like it's like the easiest way to create ads ever, like in the world.
So tell us more about it. Tell us more about it.
I will after this.
Okay. After this message?
After these messages. And then I'll go ahead and show you guys actually how that works. If anyone's interested, you know, honestly, like last time people weren't that interested. So I just go with the content. All right. So here's another couple things that I want to show you as well. 2 things, and we'll wrap up on this, and I'll give you some pointers on like the structure and the framework, some things to keep in mind. What I think a lot of us tend to do is we put a lot of time and money, and sometimes we think about like man, the lighting or the camera, or I got to get this equipment, or I got to get this or that or whatever, right? And so that kind of stops us from creating the videos. And some of us see the other videos out there that are done by a videographer. They're, you know, they got cameras and this and that, whatever. And that's like, well, my videos aren't going to be anything like that. And so you just don't do it. You just like, I'm not going to do it. It's not worth the effort. It's too much time. Or some of you spend your time and budgets on all this kind of stuff. And then you end up wondering, like, why didn't that work as well? So I'm going to show you 2 videos. I want you to tell me which one you like better. So this is the first one.
This Thanksgiving, I am thankful for being home. Last year, this time, I was in the hospital with my daughter. So I am so happy to be at home this year with my family.
My family and I are going to Appleton to do the turkey trot. I'm going to run the turkey trot.
We're going to be at home with our puppy, and we're going to have smoked turkey breast.
I have about 50 people coming, so the prep work actually starts tomorrow. 3 turkeys, full ham, 50 pounds of potatoes, about 30 pounds of dressing.
I'm thankful for my health. I am thankful for Luann. My family. I love my family.
I'm thankful for you, Curtis, for the wonderful jobs that you always do for me. Thank you.
My dog. I'm thankful for the opportunity to learn something new every day.
I am thankful that I'm going to have my entire family at my house over Thanksgiving.
Oh, I'm thankful for my family and my friends, and of course our customers and clients.
That I get to live this life, that I get to go out and I get to show clients houses and I get to have family over and do laundry and do dishes. I'm grateful that I get to do these things.
All right, so I think you get the idea, right?
Did she say she's grateful for doing laundry?
She did.
Yeesh.
She's
Not grateful for that.
for doing things, right? So that's obviously it's a, you know, a higher production video. They obviously have like a cameraman and all that stuff, right? Editor and all that. And then we're going to do we're going to talk about the videos next. So here we go. Here's the next one. This one's on the whole opposite side of the spectrum. It's kind of interesting. Here we go.
Take 10. Hi, Sheila here. You're probably wondering what a woman my age is doing outside in the dark with a selfie stick. Well, here's what I'm doing. I have a Keller Williams business coach. Her name is Diva Marie. And Diva has been encouraging me to do video in my newsletters and on my blog. And I've been resisting. And she keeps encouraging and I keep resisting. Finally, she said, why won't you do video? And I said, you know what? I really don't like being in front of the camera. And she said, oh, Sheila, get over yourself. So this is me getting over myself. I also want to send you a happy Thanksgiving greeting. I know it's early. And the reason I'm sending this early is so that you can plan ahead and make my make-ahead mashed potatoes. If you make the mashed potatoes ahead of time, maybe you'll have time to go do the turkey trot, go skiing. If we don't get any snow, maybe go for a bike ride or go for a hike. These mashed potatoes are really, really good, but they're not good for you. So that's why you should probably do the turkey trot. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving. Hope everybody has a great day. Thanks. Bye.
All right. So 2 completely different videos. I'm just curious with the audience, what they think about each one. And if they don't chime in, what about you, Jeff?
It's pretty evident that one is professionally done. One was done on a cell phone where they're holding the phone. I mean, it's you know.
Which one, what I'm wondering is, which one do you think had a higher watch rate?
Actually, number 2.
Right? Who do you think, when you think about the first 5 seconds, who got past the first 5 seconds? Who got past 30 seconds? And who watched the full minute? The other video, we had watched a minute. Didn't it kind of feel like it was longer?
Yeah. Actually.
This one was about the same. Well, I actually cut off the other one and it still had more to go. This one's about 1:16. But did it feel like 1:16?
I think everybody's agreeing, actually. Yeah. I liked them both, but for different reasons.
Exactly. So one thing that I like now, this isn't like, oh, should I make them all look like the second one? No, that's not what I'm saying. The point that I'm trying to make here is that a lot of us overthink and think we have to have this super professional video. And some of you might be like, well, you know, I couldn't put something like that, the second one out, my brand and my this and my this and blah, blah, blah. Like, look, like that second one outperformed the first one, would outperform it all day, run circles around it as far as like views and length of time watched, right? So you would have spent all that time, money, effort, and everything for no one to watch that video. Pretty much nobody's going to watch that video. Do you know who's going to watch that video? Does anyone know who will watch that video? Who's like the number one audience for the first video? The first video?
I don't know. Yeah. What's the answer to this?
Someone
Television?
got it the class, someone got it.
Other
There it
realtors?
is. Other realtors. That's a good guess. Their clients or who's in it. Yep. The team in themselves.
Their moms?
There may pretty much got it. It's them. That video is like something you'd show at the company Christmas party, and everyone would get a kick out of it because they're in it. But for the clients, maybe forget the guy picking up the pie, but for everyone else, it's just not really gonna, it's not gonna deliver anything for anyone else, and no one's gonna watch it. So that's why I want you just to wrap your head around that, because I think at first glance, it's like, oh, the other one's way better. It's like, well, wait a second. It's like, oh, okay. So if you now, by knowing that, think about how you can make your video. You know, how would you make your video? Are you going to go out and do a whole production, or is it something you could like just grab your phone and make a video, right? A heartfelt message. I'll give you just a quick example, and I'll move on. You know, something like this. Hey, I'm not going to say my name, remember, because I already know potentially who you are, unless there's a lot of people who may not know who you are. But keep in mind, your social media probably has your name already in the post, right? Hey, we can all agree that 2020 has been a year to remember, some good, some bad, but in all, there's still so much that we can be thankful for. And I'm thankful for a lot of things. And then here you list the things you're thankful for: your family, your kids, your past clients, your this, your that, future prospects, all that, right? And of course, I'm thankful to all of you who've made this, getting through this year, possible at all. I'd love to hear what you're thankful for. Happy Thanksgiving. That's it. Just because in a paid ad, I can't say leave comment below because the ad will get turned off. So, but I want to also create engagement. That's just a short snippet. That was good. To get you going, right? That's not, where I think people get stuck is they just start with the start. They get stuck with the start and the stop, right? For Facebook or a lot of social media, you could do it vertically. I record all my videos horizontally personally, but it just kind of depends the channel, you know. But if it is on Facebook, vertically is fine, or Instagram, or, you know, that's where we put it.
Well, we talk about this. Everything's starting to lean vertical, so just keep that in mind. TikTok, IG, Facebook's starting to become. Yeah. Yep, I agree. For a videographer, you got to go horizontal, but just food for thought.
Yeah. So if this is primarily going to be on Facebook and stuff, then you would put it there. If you're going to use it in other places, then you might go horizontal because it will work across YouTube better. And if you're going to use it in other areas. So with that, and basically with that being said, that's really where, the video should be. That's a good question. For these videos, for this reason, for this delivery, I recommend like a minute, not really much longer than that, for a few reasons. First, when people watch the video, if it's only a minute, to Facebook, they're looking at percentage watched. So you're going to get some points there. So you're going to get more reach, right? As opposed to if you put like a 10-minute and there's only like 2% or 5% watch, depending how you open it. So I like the shorter videos for this type of thing, because this is all about just getting out and getting the impressions and top of mind awareness. This is about you making sure that your clients are, you know, if you send an email, you do this, maybe they didn't see your email. This is making sure you get out. Are you going to send an email to your clients every single day?
No.
Are you going to send a text every single day? No.
Probably not.
So how can you get in front of your clients multiple times a week? The only way is by putting this into a retargeting campaign. That's the only way. So I'm not really necessarily trying to sell the retargeting, although I am, because when you do the effort into the post, so like I would say, Jeff, hey, Jeff, you know, for that video, did you already make your guys' video already?
I don't even make them anymore because I'm not anywhere near the origination game.
That's right. Mm-hmm. So when they would make a video, right, I would say, hey, you're already posting on Facebook, you're already posting in your email, you're already doing this. What if you just took that same video, right, uploaded it into LinkU, and then let LinkU put that on Facebook and Instagram for you for the whole month, instead of just, you know, for a very small percentage of people seeing it for a couple of days.
If you do that though, for like Thanksgiving, you really need to do it at the beginning of the month, right?
Yeah. For me, what I'm recommending people do right now is that they go and just create like the holiday video, kind of incorporating all these holidays, you know, because it's already like, I'm thinking the chances of you guys getting your video together and ready and all that stuff by to even work for Thanksgiving is probably too late right now. But you still have a whole month of December. You have the end of Thanksgiving where the Christmas lights basically switch on, right? The day after Friday, Black Friday, right? Mm-hmm. So boom, right after there, you got that all the way to January 1st to run this ad. Again, if you already have plans to create some social media or an email or video or an image or any effort whatsoever that you plan to either send in a postcard, send in a greeting, send in a phone call, send in an email, send in a social media post, whether it be on Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, you name it, doesn't matter. I would highly recommend you check out the link that Tessa posted for the LinkU platform, because what LinkU is going to do is going to amplify it to your pixeled audiences, your people who are on your contact list, that kind of stuff, so that this ad gets more exposure. Instead of like 20 views, it could get hundreds of views, and it could be seen by up to 80 to 90% of your entire audience. That's something you're not getting with email. That's something you're not getting with all these other strategies. Mm-hmm. Do I say stop email? I say no. Do it all. This is a multi-channel approach. Right. And most of you only know how to post on your Facebook personal page and your business page. And you just, well, it lasts a day and you just deal with it. No, it doesn't have to be that way. This thing could be running consistently over and over again. Agreed. So you combine that with your calls, right? If you guys are doing texts and stuff like that for your holiday follow-ups, that is, that's pretty much it. So
you know what, we got a couple of questions that I want to jump on real fast. Alan, I'm not sure, Alan, if you heard or if we talked about this after you asked. You said horizontal or vertical. It depends on the platform. But you know, again, if you're going to be creating something that's going to be professionally used across multiple platforms, then probably go horizontal. But if it's going to be more authentic, I'd probably go vertical. It depends. If you're using Instagram and TikTok, then for sure vertical. But if not, you can really go either way. It doesn't matter. Chris asked what the length of video for a first time, for those who do video for the first time, what length would they shoot for? A minute, 3 minutes? It depends on the platform, Chris, but Wesley said, try to keep everything under a minute. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Unless you're creating content for YouTube, which is a whole nother beast, right, yeah. And they want like 5 to 7+ minute content. And Brad actually asked the questions about that. You know, he says they give kudos for 3 minutes plus in the vidIQ analytics. For years, we heard no more than 2. Are there guidelines for types of videos compared to lengths? Do you have anything like that? Any opinion?
Do I have guidelines for videos?
I think probably, I think what he's probably asking is in terms of the performance.
Yeah, I mean, I would just keep them for this type of stuff. I'd keep them a minute or so, you know. The thing is too, like beyond the holidays, right? Once we get into what do I do after the holidays? Well, now we're talking about, you know, market reports. Now we're talking about maybe just more branded testimonial, maybe other value content driven videos, tips, tricks, neighborhood information, all the kinds of, there's so many different things you can do, right, on video or through your social media posts. And the key here is beyond the holidays, think about, are you interested in getting into video? Are you interested in getting the stuff out there? And what pains me the most, Jeff, what pains me the most is all the effort that has to go out to get these videos seen. And why most people give up is it just feels like this is just too much effort for 8 people to see it and to get 1 like. You know, it's just, it feels like just too much. And so that's why people quit. Now, if you're consistent, it can grow. But I mean, I'm sure Jeff's seen all the time, right? How many people start, they don't really get the engagement and they quit. This is a shortcut. By using retargeting and follow-up, you shortcut that process because now you have an audience, right, that you've built. Or even if you're new, you still have the audience in your phone, right? Where do they tell you to go start when you're just getting started? Start with your SOI. Yeah. Who do you know? Start showing them ads.
I think another way to sum that up, Wesley, is that doing this strategy, branding, video, that sort of thing is a long game. So the way to get a reward sooner is to execute this type of a strategy while you're doing the consistency. Because like Wesley said, most people drop out of it after doing it for 6 months, probably 6 days, maybe, 2 months, right? Because they don't get a ROI. If this isn't buying a Zillow lead, closing on Zillow lead, or converting, this is consistently being seen over time.
Right.
And it helps. So I think that's...
And if you are doing lead gen, it's even more important because think about this. Imagine if all your leads that you're getting on Zillow were getting into your Facebook audience and then seeing your ads. Do you think that would help your conversion rate on Zillow when you call them or you contact them or you email them? Yeah, because what you're doing is you're basically pinpointing the people who have interacted. A lot of you're trying to like farm a whole neighborhood and blanket a neighborhood so that when they see your Zillow ad, that they'll know who you are. Like how long and how freaking expensive is that going to be for you to do that?
Yeah.
Right. As opposed to when the lead comes in, now they start seeing your ads everywhere, everywhere they go. And now it's like, you're I guess nurturing, right, those people that have already engaged. Now, some people might have been asking about how do I edit or what do you recommend?
Well, I got a couple before we wrap up. Yeah. Patrick asks about, do you recommend just one video to retarget or show for the whole month? Is a good question.
Yes.
Or would a series of 2 to 4 videos be better if you have the ability to create them? Good question, Patrick.
If you have the ability to create them, I would ask how big is your audience first. Honestly, like, depending on the size of the audience and how much you're spending to get through the audience, so we typically see, like, if someone's seen this video or this ad 3 or 4 times, then it might be time for a new one. If you have too many running, then none of them will get enough exposure. This isn't like, you're advertising to thousands and thousands of people. So yeah, it'd probably be tough to run 4 at once, I think, unless you had a really, really big audience and it could kind of like, but then you could run that for like months. It would be 1 month would be too soon. You probably wouldn't even work through the whole audience at that point.
That's also like a top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel type of thing as well, which is a lot more complicated strategy where somebody who clicked on your video, now they get moved into the next level, which is the second video, which becomes middle of funnel and so on.
Yeah, that's more, we have more advanced plans that cover stuff like that, but yeah. The other thing too, though, and it's a good question, is the way I explained it to people is this. Look, like if you're like a lot of agents and it's like, look, I want to do this video thing. There's just no way. I'm just never going to spend the time, no matter how much you tell me, no matter how much I know it's important. What's the easiest way to get me out of this thing, but still accomplish the goal? I would tell them, all right, you want the lazy agent strategy, right? And I don't mean lazy, you know what I mean? You just need 6 videos for the whole year. How? Why do I just do 6 videos? 6 videos. Maybe do one, what goes from like January to March or April, and then April to summer, and then summer to fall. And then in fall, you do like an extra couple videos for the holidays. Boom, 6 videos for the whole freaking year. And you know what? Does that mean the 6 videos only ran for like 12 days, which is what's happening now? If you do 6 videos a year, you really only get 12 days of mileage out of it, if that, probably less. But 6 videos, put a little bit of money in retargeting, 50 cents a day, using something like the LinkU platform or doing it directly on Facebook and retargeting. You've probably maybe heard it before. Oh, just put $1 a day, just let it run. 6 videos, yeah, seen all year round by all the people in your sphere, your contacts, your pixel audience, all of those people. Think about that.
Awesome. Awesome. One thing Greg did ask, he said, looks like he signed up in August. So he wants to know, is there a video or something that will help me get a video up and running that I can make at home? I don't know, Wesley, do you?
Yeah,
so do you help your clients?
Yeah. So Greg, go into your Success Club. I recorded an entire, on Tuesday, we had a whole workshop on this. I don't know if you might have missed it possibly. And we go into more detail into it specifically for the LinkU platform and exactly how to do it. So if you go to Success Club, it's recorded. You'll find it we went live, so you'll find it in there. You can rewatch it, or just attend one of our workshops as well. So if you're on LinkU, there's workshops. Yeah, that's specific. Greg is with LinkU already, so I was just telling him where to find it. If you're with LinkU, yeah, just log into your control panel. You'll see a link to Success Club, and you'll also see a link to all our product trainings as well.
Wesley, one last time, because I need it. Where are they going, and what is the special they're getting if they decide to go to LinkU?
Sure thing. So basically, you would go here where we've got a special offer for LabCoatAgent members, right? And so the cool thing about LinkU, and I know we're pretty much out of time, but
Yes,
the cool thing about LinkU is our technology it's not fully automated. So it combines a human element to making sure your ad looks good and all that stuff, to getting it up and running. The other thing is creating an ad is so freaking easy. So easy that I actually have time to do that, because all you do is, if I come in here and create ads, I'm going to see how fast I can do it. And yours is actually, when you first start, it's actually way faster because you don't even do these first steps.
This is easier than the Facebook ad manager, by the way.
Oh my God. Yeah. I give it a name. I could select, like, when do I want it to start? In this case, I want to start right away. Where do I want it to go? Maybe I want it to go to my website. That sounds good. Go to my website, or maybe nowhere at all, right? I could just have it go to my Facebook page. Do you want a video ad or an image ad? And then I'm pretty much going to be done. Here's the best part, guys. You're like, oh, what do I write? I know you don't know what to write. That's fine. Just choose something. All right, there it is. Happy Thanksgiving. Now I take my photo, I upload it, right? This is just a funny photo I found. There we go. Happy Thanksgiving. Finish and submit. And there you are. Ad done.
Boom.
I do anything else.
Boom.
So you're not going to find retargeting any freaking easier than the LinkU platform, and for the cost and everything, it's super awesome.
It's beautiful.
Now that thing will run for the entire month until I stop it, and you can add up to 3 ads at once, so you can have a couple different ones.
It's
Cool
been
deal.
fantastic, my friend. And the link, remember, is in the chat, so go grab it before we
Yep.
end this. Tessa just posted it again. Hit it, copy, paste it, do whatever you got to do.
Yep.
And you know where to find Wesley. He's in the Facebook or the spit it out, Jeff. LabCoatAgents community. So go find him if you have any questions. DM him.
Yeah,
or
just
you can go
post.
find him on
If you
LinkU.
comment, just comment on the deal. On the Facebook.
Does Alan has one last question before we wrap up? Does that cost include PPC?
Yeah, the PPC, the actual budget is $15 for the month, 50 cents a day. Our system manages that, because people say, well, Facebook doesn't let you do 50 cents a day. I know that. We have technology that manages very special the budget to keep it as cheap as possible. Because honestly, for most of you, $1 a day would drown your audience with your ads. It'd be too much. It's overkill. So $15 for the whole month in ad spend to use this strategy. That's correct. Good question. Great questions.
Thank you, Wesley.
All right,
I'm going to
Jeff,
have to
thank
end
you.
this. I will be talking to you soon because I need this in my life.
Yes, I know.
Thank you all for being on today. Any questions? Fire away.
All right,
Thanks,
guys.
man.
Thanks a lot. Have a good one. Bye-bye.